next guest, blasting the hypocrisy of that move. Brandon Judd is the president of the National Border Patrol Council, and he joins us now. Brandon, what exactly is going on here?
Sandra, we just don't know what's up from down anymore. You hear this administration's claiming that Abbott's buoys are against the law, yet he turns right back around in the very next breath and he says that he's going to force people to stay in Texas. People that have been released, once they are released, they have the right to travel throughout the United States. As much as I hate this, as much as I hate the catch and release, I also recognize what the laws are. And the laws are, if this administration chooses to release these people, they are free to travel, so he can't force them to stay in Texas. That's against the law. So in one breath, he says that Texas is violating the law, and then he's going to turn around and he's going to do the exact same thing. And let's be clear, those buoys right there, what really frustrates every single one of us is those buoys have been so effective. It has been effective in saving lives. People aren't crossing the border illegally in those places anymore. Those are very dangerous places to cross. We know that this administration has caused more deaths than any other administration in the past, and yet they're going to pull away something that is going to actually save lives of illegal migrants, and it's also going to save lives of people that are going into the first responders like us, Border Patrol agents that are going into the river to help those individuals. It is monstrous what this administration continues to do. It is pure hypocrisy, and it's nothing but politics.
For what reason, then, is it that some of these critics are saying these buoys, these barriers, they're not working?
Well, they want open borders. That's what this administration's base wants. That's what this administration continues to do. They continue to play politics. They say one thing without backing up anything with facts or with actual action. But if you look at their action is what is causing these people to cross their borders illegally. It's the catch and release. It's that magnet. People being released in the United States is going to continue to cause people to cross our borders illegally. I say watch the actions. Don't listen to the rhetoric. Look at the facts. Look at the evidence.
And we're watching the numbers. They're on the screen right now. Fiscal year to date, 2023, you have a number of border encounters reaching 2 million. At this point, we're past where we were same time last year. And last year, we know the situation was already getting pretty bad. So, Brandon, all signs are pointing that this is a worsening situation. So, the New York City mayor called Governor Abbott of Texas a madman for busing those migrants to New York City. Of course, a lot are saying, well, you've declared sanctuary city status. You're not taking issue with what is happening for Texas and those border communities. Well, here, this is what we're dealing with. Now, in New York City, we have streets that look like this. There are migrants lining up around the corner, sleeping on the sidewalks. You heard a lot of passion from the New York City mayor. I wonder if you believe that will lead to any change. He's calling out the Biden administration for not stepping in to help more. The number of migrants arriving here in New York City since April 2022, that number is now topping 110,000, Brandon. That's 10,000 migrants in the city a month. I mean, they're canceling soccer fields. They're putting the migrants in hotels here. It's costing a ton of money. And now those kids are showing up at the public schools.
Sandra, I wish it would lead to change, but it only leads to change if he's actually going to tell the public the truth. When he claims that Governor Abbott is a madman, he's not pointing the finger at the NGOs. These NGOs that are busing more people to the state of New York. He's not talking about what happens behind, in the cover of night when all these flights went into New York City. He's not talking about what is actually happening. He's only pointing the finger at Republicans instead of talking about what really needs to happen. And what has to happen is we have to secure the border. We have to get rid of these policies. If we got rid of these policies, New York wouldn't have to deal with this. Los Angeles wouldn't have to deal with it. Texas wouldn't have to deal with it. My home state of Arizona wouldn't have to deal with it. All we have to do is secure the border, and all that takes is policy. It doesn't take money. It takes policy, and this administration has the authority to do it.
We know that the resources in these areas where they are taking in these migrants like New York, the resources are drying up, and they've got to do something about it. So we'll see where it all goes. Brandon, always appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.